time for BS with Laura Dwyer, DuPont Performance Building Solutions. What's the BS all about? Building solutions, building sustainably, building systems, better structures, built to serve, and driving major D&I along the way. What's being done to drive sustainable construction and expand adoption of systems-built methods of construction around the world? And how is diversity and inclusivity gaining momentum as a result? Laura Dwyer leads new business development for DuPont Performance Building Solutions, a Fortune 500 material and building science supplier to the construction industry. Her career has been focused on improving construction methods and includes innovation and marketing leadership roles, as well as leadership of the DuPont Building Knowledge Center, an international network of experts who helps our industry build better structures. Laura knows the act of collaboration is the key to change and is currently the chair of NAHB's Building Systems Council and serves on the board of trustees of NAHB's Professional Women in Building Council. She serves on the board of advisors for the Housing Innovation Alliance and IN2, a Wells Fargo's innovation incubator. She has also past chair of the Home Building Institute and past member of EEBA's Executive Board of Trustees. Laura has a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering and an MBA. That's right, folks. Super wicked smart. That's what we like to say. That's what Laura is. And she's doing amazing things for our industry, and she's giving up so much of her valuable time to help it succeed. And that's what's going to be awesome about this conversation. But first, we can't deliver any of these informative conversations without thanking our sponsors. So a big shout out to Carson Holmquist and the team at Stream Logistics. They are experts in high-stake freight. They're the perfect choice for projects with timelines and specific delivery sequence, shipments with high complexity and unique constraints. The new methods of construction need new transportation solutions, and they are up for the challenge. And we can't move all this stuff around without our good friends at CombiLift. They are the largest global manufacturer of multi-directional forklifts and straddle carriers. Leaders in long load handling solutions, offering a free warehouse and site optimization design service. CombiLift help companies of all sizes and from every industry maximize the capacity, safety, efficiency of their warehouses and storage facilities. Thank you to Paul Short and the team at CombiLift for helping us all to build it better. Visit them at combilift.com. And we need the technology, everyone. The technology is what keeps us going. In Brave Control Solutions, where offsite manufacturing systems do more than just improve productivity. They have a unique approach to industrialized construction, a lineup of flexible automation systems specifically designed for the construction industry, powered by CAD to Fab, and turnkey solutions for 3D volumetric assembly, structural insulated panels, finished wall assemblies, MEP component processing, assembling, kitting, and storage. Learn more at thinkbrave.com. Again, big shout out and thank you to all of you out there for watching and tuning in. Without further ado, let's bring Laura into the show. Laura Dwyer, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am amazingly well today, especially because you're on the show. You do so much for our industry, and I know you're modest and all that, but the reality of it is just reading the opening monologue on all the boards and the panels and all that you serve on, most of them voluntarily, I think is absolutely amazing. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we're going to have a little bit of fun today. But before we get into the fun and before we learn what Laura does and what DuPont's doing and what we're doing at the Building Systems Council and all these other amazing things, we want to know everything about you from the moment you were born to this very moment in time. Laura, don't leave out any of the good stuff from the hospital or we will call a family member and it will get quite embarrassing for you. However, you only have 2 minutes to do it. The floor is yours.
Yeah, no problem. So my sister and I'm a twin, and actually we are the only Southern born in our family. Everybody else is from Buffalo, New York, and I have to say go Bills. Just had to give that plug there. I grew up in the South and had a fun life there. And then in school, for example, I was really interested in science and got into engineering, graduated from NC State. Went to work for DuPont in the engineering background and quickly learned I liked the business part and the product and innovation side better. And so got into multiple roles in marketing and sales leadership. Moved to Detroit and learned to really love being outside. So I think in my early 20s, got really passionate about anything I can do outside. I have a lot of activities that I enjoy doing outside. And I think that kind of ties into the built environment and its impact on our global environment. So just have a personal passion around innovation, engineering, and seeing how perhaps we can bring homes to people or structures to people in a better, more sustainable way.
Yeah, and so we're going to get into all of those things, right? We're going to get into all the BS. Usually it's building science, but today it's building systems. So, Laura, why don't you just briefly tell us, how long have you been at DuPont now?
I don't tell people exactly anymore, but over 30 years. How's that?
30 years. That's such dedication and awesome. And it's no wonder. I mean, you're doing so much for DuPont and for our industry. What is your day-to-day role like, for what you do in your job?
Yeah, so my key role today is business development, really better understanding how we can bring our current solutions to new applications, introducing new customers to our existing applications, and really working with customers and industry partners to figure out how to deliver better building envelopes holistically. So that's really my role today in the North American market.
So do you work with manufacturers and builders? Like how do you go out and find new products or new projects to work on and collaborate and come up with new ideas? Can you walk us through it a little bit?
Yeah, so we're really lucky to have on our Tyvek side, we have a network of 165 specialists across the country that work in market with our customers day to day and truly understand local building practices, local code requirements, really get to know our builders. And through that network, we get a lot of feedback on what's required or needed or how we can provide new solutions or alter our current solutions or really think through going to market and partnering differently than we do today to really build good building envelope solutions, whether it's a residential or commercial structure. And then, as you know, I'm very active in the industry because I'm also interested in what's coming down the pike. Like what are the key challenges that are going to face us in the next 3, 5, 10 years? And how do we make sure that we're incorporating those considerations into our innovation portfolio, but also into our consideration set on our solutions that we're going to deliver to the marketplace?
Yeah. Can you share any of these solutions that you guys are looking to deliver or things that you've already delivered that people may not be aware of?
Yeah, I mean, we are always looking for ways to make what we do easier in the marketplace. And so, as typically most portfolios of products were designed to be engineered or engineered to be used on site. And so, we've created methodologies to use our existing portfolio of products, which actually really deliver high quality air, water, thermal management for building envelopes, but to sort of modify what we offer on site to a production facility. So you don't need the same requirements. You don't need to necessarily have a 4x8 sheet of something. So how can we help our customers install our existing portfolio in a factory setting that's easier for them to do? And then also, how do we make sure that like our portfolio of products is delivering everything we need? We introduced a product called FlexWrap EZ. It's a penetration flashing because penetrations were notoriously hard to flash. You could pump a whole lot of sealant into it, or there's some alternatives out there, but really trying to find solutions to make sure that you have continuous air, water, thermal management, and make it easy to install, because I think that's so important in the industry.
Yeah. And just quickly, where do people find information on these products? Is it because DuPont's a huge company? Like where would somebody say, hey, listen, I'm interested in something like that. Where do I look at it? Or you just want me to give out all your personal information online here and they can just call you?
Yeah, please just have them that's totally fine. I mean, you certainly just go to Performance Building Solutions, just Google DuPont Performance Building Solutions. Yeah. We have some name brands in the industry that have been around for a long time, including Tyvek, Styrofoam, and Great Stuff. So you can Google those as well. And then it takes you to our website, and we have a lot of tools on our website to help our customers choose the right portfolio of products that are going to help them achieve or accomplish whatever the goals are for the structures that they're building.
Sure. All right, everybody, if you are just joining us, it is Laura Dwyer with DuPont on with us today. Laura, we are live on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. So if you're not following us on YouTube, you should. We're being watched 10,000 hours every 28 days right now. That's right, 10,000. So if you're not subscribed, you should. And if you're not following what Laura Dwyer is doing, you should go to LinkedIn and follow Laura as well. Laura, do you have your own YouTube channel yet?
No, I do not.
Well, we're gonna work. We're gonna work on that.
DuPont channel. Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna work on that. Let's talk about DuPont's goals and sustainability. Like, what do you guys see in building sustainability today? I mean, there's a lot of talk on it, right? There's meeting the carbon agenda and all these different things. Being such a large company, it's got to be a big focus for you guys.
Yeah, we have a whole, I shouldn't say like a team of folks, but we have a specific strategy around sustainability driven by Sean Hunter, and he is doing a phenomenal job on a global basis, really making sure that what we're doing as a business is aligned with our both internal goals as well as with global climate change goals. And we are focused on carbon reduction, on reducing the amount of energy we have. We are focused on reducing any landfill use that we have. A lot of our plants are net zero landfill, like we don't put anything in landfills. We're continually looking at ways to reduce our carbon footprint for our manufacturing sites, but also doing things like innovating in our product portfolio to reduce the global warming potential of our products. So we have, and you can go on our website and see what our sustainability goals are, but we've introduced several products in the last 18 months that have significant GWP, global warming potential reduction, that are part of our portfolio. And we have sustainability goals moving forward. We don't bring anything to market anymore unless it meets our sustainability goals. So it's like at the core of who we are.
That's really interesting. I learned something I didn't know. So you're saying that at all of your manufacturing facilities, you do not have waste that goes to the landfill?
The majority. I can't speak for all because I don't know all
for what you work with, right?
But we have plants we work with where it is primarily zero landfill, and continue looking for ways again to lower our global warming potential, use renewable energies, and I couldn't quote the goals off the top of my head, but we certainly have. You can go and see our sustainability goals on our website, but it is an inherent part of how we operate and and the solutions we bring to the marketplace.
Yeah, well, I think it's incredible. I mean, you're not turning a cruise ship 180 degrees, overnight, and this is really becoming a hot and heavy topic. So just the fact that, a majority or some of the factories are already doing that, and that your sustainability guidelines moving forward is quite amazing as well. It's like you got to have that plan of attack moving forward. So
absolutely.
All right. Building systems, that's something that's near and dear, and what we talk about a lot on this show. This year, you were serving as chair, and still are, until February, right?
Yep.
Until February 1, on the Building Systems Council at the National Association of Home Builders. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how that happened, because everybody wants to know how that happened, and also how that's been for you.
Yeah. So I've been an active member of NAHB for, I don't even know anymore, 15, 20 years. And certainly as you get engaged into the National Association of Home Builder, you want to learn what's important to them and what they're working on. And building systems for me, it's almost a personal passion. I think my engineering background just loves the idea of figuring out how to cost effectively industrialize construction because of all the benefits that you can get from it. So anyway, I got interested in, just from being in the National Association of Home Builders, found out about the Building Systems Council and started attending meetings on a regular basis, and wanted to be part of the leadership of how can we take the different multiple methodologies of industrial construction, whether it's long and timber or SIPs or modular or panelized, and really socialize that more with the membership at NHB and the industry at large. So just got active in it and really wanted to take on a leadership role because I have, as I said, just a personal excitement and passion about what this could potentially be for our industry moving forward.
Yeah, it is moving in the right direction. We're seeing a lot of growth in our industry. We're seeing a lot of new manufacturing facilities come online. And you're right, all the way across the board. It's just not modular, it's panels, it's CLT, mass timber,
Right.
log and timber, even the steel market, in residential is moving in that direction too. And to have somebody like yourself that, is on the forefront of innovation, in my opinion, sitting at the head of a chair position for the members of the NAHB that are part of the Building Systems Council, I think is a really, really big deal, because you get to it's good for business. You get to hear what's going on, and you get to keep your finger on the pulse, but it's also good for the business if we have large corporations that have large R&D behind them to really figure out, how do we work together to grow the industry, and how do we do it in the right way? And I think, that's got to be a big part of what you were learning while you were serving as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Really better understanding the different solution sets and how we can
Right.
create our own solutions that deliver, again, managing air, water, thermal for building envelopes, regardless of the type of construction, whether it's on site or those multiple ways of industrialized construction. And then really maybe even thinking through how we can innovate or think differently in order to facilitate or make it happen faster.
Right, exactly. I mean, because you said, like, you don't need 4x8 sheets of plywood in a factory. You don't need 4 foot by 100 rolls of Tyvek when you could have
Right.
20 foot wide by 100 foot rolls and do the wall at one time, and things
Well,
of that
not
nature.
20. We can do 10, but not
You,
20.
all
But you
right,
get
so
the
there you go.
gist, right?
There you
Long,
go.
long rolls, long
Yeah,
rolls.
but I mean, but that's part of it, because a machine can handle the weight of it. Not a human doesn't have to do
Yeah,
it. And I think that's
exactly.
where the value of all this starts coming in. Where do you see building systems and the growth going? And when I say that, I know you see a good forward outlook on it, but where have you seen it go from since you started serving as chair, and even before, because you've been part of BSC for a while? What are you personally seeing, and what are you seeing with new members, and how's the growth been?
Yeah, so certainly like BSC is growing, but I just think as an industry holistically, industrialized construction is fascinating. There's a lot of new market entrants, different types of construction methodologies. There's ADUs, there's modular, there's and I think that I almost feel like we're at like an impetus where it's still a small percentage of the marketplace, but I think that people are actively trying to figure it out, and there are some challenges to implementation, but there's great discussions, that you have the ABC collaborative and you have DOE helping to try and figure out what is it that we need to do to bring industrialized construction to be more of a mainstream solution type for whether it be residential, commercial
Right.
construction. There certainly are challenges, but I think it's just an exciting time. We're seeing like new, like I just think like even innovation in the space. And is it going to take over like how we build in the next 10 years? I don't think it's going to take over, but I think that it will grow, and that we're gonna need to come up with a blend of on-site and off-site solutions. And honestly, even with off-site, you need to be able to do on-site, because you got to integrate the components. You have to integrate with the land. You have to integrate with the community. I just think that we're going to see growth in the segment just because like I said, there's just a lot of factors that I think are supporting really thinking differently around how we bring industrialized construction to our space.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It's not going to take over everything that we do, but I do believe that there is industrialized construction, and that's a whole nother conversation, the nomenclature or what everybody calls everything, right? There's going to be a piece of those components and those systems that can work for everybody on every
Yeah.
build out there moving forward. And unless we get the labor back in, and we get the worker bees back in, and the people that want to be in the trades, and have that career, it's gonna go to industrialized construction, offsite construction, whatever we want to call it, moving forward. And I'm assuming we are getting. All right, we either are in a recession, or we're going to hit a bigger recession. That's what we're looking at, and what people are saying. It's
Yeah.
definitely coming. Dietz, Rob Dietz, the economist from the NHB. He says it's coming. Everybody says it's coming. We usually gain market share in the industrialized construction space every time that happens. So as much as it's a bad thing for the market, it's also a good thing for advancing technology and innovation in our space, because unless there's pain, we don't reinvent anything, especially if everybody's doing what they need to do. They're making money. Well, That's not happening right now because they can't get the trade laborers to do it. So there's an opportunity for us not to be in last place when it comes to innovation and technology, and
Yeah.
really take a step up the ring and really become a leader back in the industry altogether for everything.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
So, all right. So we see it moving forward. Is there any advancements or anything that you're super excited about that you see in the pipeline, or no? I mean, really, what has you super excited? The growth, or are you seeing some new types of builds, new types of technology out there? Because I know you're talking with people all over the world. What are you seeing happening? And we'll wrap into, do you see people from Europe coming over here?
Yeah, it's an interesting provocation because again, the economic situation sort of dictates what does and doesn't happen, and we're going to go into
Right.
a time of uncertainty. But I absolutely think that there's construction methodologies on a global basis that are going to be entering the North America market. You hear that there's market entrants from Poland, from Japan, from China,
Right.
where where industrialized construction is more prevalently used. So they're like looking at North America as a potential opportunity for market expansion. I mean, there's definitely going to be some challenges with that. We have our own building codes. There's transportation. There's,
Right.
some of the reasons why North America companies are struggling are going to be the same reasons why it's going to be tough to get, from other countries. But I also see an upswell of offsite industrial, and I call it industrialized construction because that's the engineer in me. You're basically taking a process and figuring out a way to do it better using technology and equipment. But I think there's an upswell even in North America for trying to figure this out. And so I believe that the North America market has a great opportunity to really look towards using industrialized construction to change the way we build. But either we do it or some other companies are going to come in and help us do it.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a mix of both. I don't see it going too far one direction or the other, not anytime real soon. But I think there's a lot to learn from Europe and vice versa. I think there's a lot to learn what we're doing here over there as well. So let's talk about built to serve. Humanitarian side of DuPont, Tyvek used in disaster recovery, uniforms, things of that. There's a side of DuPont I do not think people know a whole lot about, and that is what you guys do when disasters happen, and so on. We want to touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, so certainly I'm tied to the performance building solutions business, but a lot of the products or the technologies that we use in that apply to personal protection. For example, we sell Tyvek protective gear. We sell medical packaging. We provide the bullet resistant materials, Kevlar, for police protection, as well as Nomex for helping our firefighters be safe in fire situations. So we have a conscious strategy or portfolio of products that are really intended to help protect people and our environment. And we're able to leverage those technologies across different business platforms. So it's so fun to see the Tyvek that helps protect your house is also the Tyvek
Right.
that helps protect someone in either a COVID situation or a disaster situation. And we have all levels of different types of protection. So our strategy is really, sort of like a core value for us is to help people live better and be safer and be healthier.
Yeah, and see, you hear about the Tyvek suits, right? You never think of that's the pretty much the same. Is it the same product or components of the same products? I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean the core technology is very similar. It
Yeah.
keeps stuff out, but allows your moisture to breathe. So you don't it's not like wearing a plastic suit. If you put it on, you're protected, but you're
Yeah.
not sweating your butt off or how, so it's like the technology is very similar. What we do and how we process it for the different applications is different, but the core technology is the same.
Yeah. And is Tyvek used in the medical field as well? I think in
Yeah,
some aspects,
I mean,
right?
for packaging
Yep.
different types of medical equipment, and there's absolutely an entire business around helping protect the implements or the things that doctors use to help make us better.
Yep.
We use a lot of Tyvek in medical packaging as well.
Right. What I love about this conversation the most is when we have companies like DuPont looking at our industry and looking at how they can take already the innovative products that they've built over the years, make them more sustainable, and then say, all right, we're going to focus on how we can bring these products into the industrialized construction space. One, to better serve the community, but also better serve the efficiencies of the manufacturing facilities. And when you serve the efficiency of the manufacturing facility, I'm going to assume it also cuts down on waste and everything else, because now things are maximized to the process that they're being put into.
Yeah, I think, when I think about industrial construction, it delivers so many things. It delivers consistency, quality.
Yeah.
You have a workforce. You were talking about diversity and inclusion. You can have a sort of a different workforce in a factory setting than you might want or have the experience in the past in the on-site situation. But it also, I think it's the challenge we have with industrial construction is it's easier to do the same thing over and over and again. And in our industry and in construction, we have a lot of variation in building types and designs. And so figuring out a way to deliver that repetitive core piece
Right.
in a way that where you can extract as much value from industrialized construction and yet marry with design, I think is a great opportunity for us to think through moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that's always been the conversation. Like, how do you work through industrialized construction and then bring good design to it as well?
Yeah, absolutely. But there's so many benefits of industrialized construction, using the manufacturing methodologies to limit waste, like you said, or bring in a diverse workforce or improve quality.
Mhm.
I think that there's great opportunity. We just need to marry that with achieving the goals of the customer.
Yeah, for sure. Diversity and inclusion. I mean, that's something that you mentioned a few times, and it's part of today's conversation as well. Talk to us a little bit about one, what are you guys doing with the diversity side and inclusion at DuPont? And kind of what is the focus there? Because it's another big hot topic.
Yeah, I've been really fortunate to work for a company that I feel has been very strong in diversity and inclusion for really most of my career. I would say for many years, a lot of our leaders have been women, which is very unusual in the construction space. But I just think that there's a great opportunity as a building product supplier to help promote and get women into our industry. That's one of the reasons I'm excited about the professional women in building. And just really building a network of women who want to bring in other women into our industry. But I just think that using things like industrial construction and being able to network will help the upcoming generations or even people who are considering career changes to realize that construction is actually a really good career place, a really good career choice. I have
Yeah.
kids today that could become an HVAC tech and own their own business and never have a college debt. So I just think there's a lot of opportunity when it comes to diversity and inclusion where we can leverage sort of like the philosophy of DuPont, but also expand that and share that in our industry so that we're bringing more diverse workforce into the construction space.
Yeah, PWB, Professional Women in Building. I will tell you, when we visited the house that she built,
Yeah.
we covered it live with NAHB and on location, and it was absolutely amazing. And they were having so much fun. They even had crumble cookies on the job site. When was the last time you went to a job site and you got crumble cookies?
Never.
Never. But not on their job site, you get crumble cookies. So, but we had so much fun doing it. But you're absolutely right, because everybody on that job, 99% of the people on that job were all women. And it was from all capacities. You had general contractors, you had plumbers, you had electricians, you had carpenters, you had the engineers, the architects. They were all women on this job. And I don't know if you've been there, Laura, but it's in a huge neighborhood, and it's this big neighborhood. And the cleanest project out of the thousands of homes being built in this development was the house that she built. Like, you just pull up, because we got there early. We weren't there the day we were going live. We were there a couple days prior. So enough said about that. We already know that's going to continue to happen by bringing more women into this industry. But they're also big players. When I say big players, big part of the PWB.
Yeah.
And I think this year at NAHB, at the IBS 2023, and we're going to talk about that in a moment, is going to be big for the PWB. I think it is growing. There's so many women now coming into the industry that we're seeing.
Yeah, and I mean, and of course, diversification isn't just women, but
Right.
that's how to be the organization that I'm engaged in, and it's just amazing. The local chapters, what they do in their local communities, is so impressive around just
Right.
engaging. Just the membership at large at their local HBA, but just the communities as well, and really trying to attract more women into our industry. I think is just a powerful thing.
It is. And for those of you that are watching or watch this when we're not live and you don't know what HBA is, it's the local home builders associations. So that would be your local chapter for the NAHB, which is always a good thing to be a part of if you are in the space as a contractor, developer, or a supplier. What a great place to get to know people, for sure. All right, Laura, IBS. 2023, we have our own talk that's going to happen at IBS in the DuPont booth. So that's going to be super exciting. And we're going to cover everything from the future of offsite to all the tech and the things that we have seen in our travels around the world. And you and I are going to banter back and forth on it, and we're going to have fun. Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
And we're going to. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to be putting that out there shortly as well. But then again, as the chair, you had a big part in setting up what's happening in the Building Systems Council this year and all of those things. So why don't we share that on the screen just so everybody can see what you have done here and people can see. Now, there is one change on here, and that's going to be Jennifer in my speech spoke. Presentation, whatever we're going to call it. That's going to be Wednesday morning. But look at this. I mean, if you're interested in offsite, the National Association of Home Builders, the International Builders Show 2023, it is international. They even have an international meet and greet place there. That's how big this is. Talk us through the excitement of this.
Yeah, I think it's really good programming for us. Highly encourage anybody who's interested in industrialized construction to come to the lounge. We have all kinds of amazing people who are going to come and talk. We have owners of modular companies, developers who are coming in to figure out how to use industrialized construction to build more sustainable communities. What's happening on a global basis. What are your options? You can learn more about the different types of industrialized construction that we've sort of previewed already. So it's just a great opportunity to come and learn more. And we highly encourage anybody interested in this space to come and take a look at the agenda and participate where your interests lie. Very lounge.
Yeah. And the BSC lounge, let's go up here to the top, right? Is in N242, and we're going to be talking about where we're going to be and what we're going to be doing. And you can pretty much guarantee every day on the show, we're going to be promoting the International Builders Show, as well as World of Modular, as well as advancing prefab. We're not tied to just one. So everybody out there has the information that they need to make the best decision for where they want to be for their business. But I will tell you, year after year, to me, Laura, the International Builders Show and the NAHB has been growing leaps and bounds, and the people attending. I remember we did the summit, right? It was nice. I was the moderator for the summit this year, or master of ceremonies, whatever you want to call it. And we asked the question, how many new members are here? I mean, it was huge. Like there was a lot of hands in the air, and I see that continuing this year with building systems moving forward for sure. So that's gonna be fun. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say the only thing I wanted to highlight about IBS as well is in the show village where they have the houses built in the parking lot. There's going to be several examples of how you can use industrialized construction so please go to the show village and you can see actual homes and being constructed or have been constructed using these methodologies. So highly recommend that as well as a tie-in.
Yeah, for sure. You're absolutely right. So the show village, for those that haven't been there before, we have companies like Impressa Modular, Boxable. Boxable is a hot topic. Elon Musk has one sitting at SpaceX. And it's true because guess who has all the photos and the proof and seen it? This guy. We have all of that. They're going to be there. You guys want to see what's happening? It's really amazing that these companies build an entire home at the show that you can walk through, touch, feel, get your opinions.
Completed.
Completed.
Finished. Completely finished out.
Yeah. I'd be out of hair. Like I have very little hair left to begin with. I'd be bald if I had to do it because it's a lot of work.
It is. But
It is
yeah,
a
they
lot of work.
show you that it can be done in a very short period of time.
It can be done in a very short period of time. And that's what's great about industrialized construction, modern methods of construction. I can go down the list, whatever you want to call it. It's a
Whatever
better
you want
way
to call it. I'm fine.
It's a better way to build for sure. Absolutely. And just so everybody knows, I'll put it up. IBS is going to be January 31st through February 2nd in Las Vegas. So there's plenty of hotels there. So even if you can't get one through the NAHB, you can definitely get one. And I believe just the regular general admission passes are free, are they not? I think so.
I think that, yeah, I think you can go on their website
Yeah.
and get a day pass. And actually, IBS is going to be very big this year, but I also want to recommend going to the performance building zone where we'll talk a little bit about offsite construction as well as the startup zone and innovation zone, where there'll be different types of methodologies and solutions and products that are
That's right.
that are new and unique coming into the marketplace. So definitely a lot of cool stuff happening in IBS this year.
There is a lot of cool stuff. And we will be presenting in the performance zone on stage. And hey, everybody, guess what? I can't say the guest yet because it's not 100% confirmed, but it is a big TV star. We will be doing our podcast live on location in the performance zone this year. And you might be surprised who you see. And we will also be doing a panelized construction demonstration. It's gonna be fun, Laura. All these guys are gonna be doing they're all gonna be doing their wall build outs because this is where you go to learn construction techniques. And I'm gonna sit there with a beer and take the sheet off my panel maybe and be like, well, I'm done. Why are you guys sweating? No, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's always fun with Ben Bogey and the folks that are on that stage. They're real experts, and we're planning to have some fun this year. And I don't know if you know this, Laura, we're also in the startup zone this year. We're doing a 412 pitch. So you want to meet innovative companies? We're doing like a mini Shark Tank, so you can come and listen to 12 companies pitch their product for 4 minutes on stage, and we'll be moderating that as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just love to see the growth of innovation and creative ways of building being incorporated into the mainstream show. I think it's just a great opportunity for people who come to the show to see or think about maybe building differently in the future.
Yeah. So let's wrap with that because you're absolutely right. This is what's so powerful about the Building Systems Council and within the NAHB and the organization. It's member driven and the membership is growing. The NAHB is the second, if not the largest, on Capitol Hill when it comes to lobbying for our rights and what we do and helping us to build it better and helping us keep bad codes out of the book and all of these different things. And as we're growing, you see that we're getting more and more, opportunities within the big show. There's 100,000 plus people, maybe 130,000. I think they're estimating this year. It gives us more. It's a lot. It is. It's overwhelmingly a lot. But that's what's so powerful about it. And I know everybody's in their different organizations. And I think that all the other organizations are great as well. But if we all were to work with the BSC and NAHB, and I say this, NAHB doesn't pay me, Laura doesn't pay me to say this, you need the biggest players in the industry to help make big change. And that's what I love about what you've done. You guys have done an amazing job.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. So I got two questions in here for you that have popped in. What products do you use that are actually carbon negative? Do you know the answer to that one by chance?
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That's not your world.
That are carbon negative, but we definitely have some that are low global warming potential. And I think the key thing that I always want to highlight when you talk about products is it's in use applications. So our products may not be carbon negative, but we can help you build building envelopes that are robust enough to help structures get to that carbon neutral or negative number.
Perfect. And if you don't know Wade Atterbury, he's big in the hemp space. That's why he's asking. So yeah, super cool that you tuned in today, Wade. Thank you very much. Henry Mickelberg is in the audience. You know Henry Mickelberg, Laura? He's over across the pond. He's in France, of all places. Henry says, question, DuPont being the global beast that it is, provides outstanding products, testing, and accreditation for these component products. Usually, the industrialized construction solutions are a recipe of these components to form a system. Annoyingly, I knew there was going to be that. The accreditation and testing then needs to be redone as a system. This is a huge time and blocker for industrialized construction. What can DuPont do to help with this situation? Now, that's a question that's up your alley.
Yeah, and actually, I understand where the question's coming from. But one of the things that we do is, we sell products, but we also test our products as systems. And so we've worked in collaboration with multiple companies where we'll work to test the system, the products as a system, not just as an individual. And the challenge we have is construction methodologies and code requirements and climates are variable across the globe. So it is a big bear. I mean, I totally agree that it's a challenge, but in collaboration, when we work together, I think we can accomplish making sure the systems are delivering what we want to do.
Awesome. Henry, thank you so much for commenting there. Really, really do appreciate it. Oh, look at that. My mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Yep. So good to see you. All right. So with that said, Laura, is there anything that I didn't touch on or anything that you want to share with the audience that you wish people would ask you about anything, or did we hit it all?
I think we did a great overview of the industrialized construction and certainly my personal passion. I also have a passion for, the workforce development and making sure we're bringing people into the industry. So really nothing new, but just wanted to thank you for the opportunity to talk through these opportunities. And please encourage everyone to come and visit us at our DuPont booth where you and I will have a chat, but also you can see how we're developing solutions for, building better structures.
That's it. Hashtag build it better, as we say on this show all the time. So Laura, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
All right. Thanks so much. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back to you after the outro's over and have a wrap up. But for the rest of you, that's a wrap on the show. We appreciate you watching today. And hey, how about a shout out to these sponsors right here? We'll see you Wednesday, 1 p.m.